I am Brad, and welcome to the very first part of my playthrough of Lego Batman the video game. Let's go ahead and get into it. Uh, Arkham Asylum. You can't start any sort of Batman property without something going wrong. People breaking out Arkham. So I tried to record this earlier, and I end up soft locking myself on the very first one. But I know now how to not do it. So we'll be playing through this game. The reason I had to start on the very beginning screen is that it immediately puts you into the very first level. As soon as you start a new game, so it's unlike the Lego Star Wars where you start off in the cantina with only one level accessible. So basically, how this game, I'm probably gonna spend this first video explaining things about the game. So in this first game, it's a bit more limited than Star Wars was. For the hero campaign, you only play as Batman and Robin, so the way they alternate character abilities and all that is that they have different costumes or suits that give them new abilities. So like the first ones I think we'll get for Batman and Robin is Batman gets his explosive suit, which allows him to blow up silver objects, and then Robin gets a tech suit, which allows him to hack. Oh, there's also three. Sorry about the notification. Sure, notifications. There's also 3 additional episodes that you play from the villain perspective, and that is set up differently, where you do get more characters to play with. But the way it is, like there's one character that's constantly there, and then it's done. Sorry. Then the companion character switches. So, like for the Riddler's episode, the Riddler is in every level. But like in the first one, it's Clayface, and then it'll change out. So like you'll have Poison Ivy or Two-Face. Okay. One thing I do notice about this game, at least how they design characters. Sorry. Is that they take from different sources. Okay, like the Riddler, for example, he's either based on the Adam West Batman, or the Riddler from the Adam West show, or it's from based on Jim Carrey playing the Riddler. Oh, also in these Lego Batman games, there's a function where a civilian is considered like a collectible or something, where it's you have to save them. Oh, okay. Just saved myself that. But as I was saying earlier, so like that's Riddler either comes from Jim Carrey or the Adam West show, but I'll have characters where like Mr. Freeze, like their designs based on like for example Mr. Freeze based on the Mr. Freeze from the animated show, from Batman the Animated Series. Because it's something people don't know, or some people may not know, is that Batman or Mr. Freeze was completely redesigned for that series. He was before that he was really just a joke character, very former community. Like he's just this dude that has a freeze gun, whereas in the anime series, he has a far more. Where's Robin? It's how I soft like myself before. But and then for example, I also think the Catwoman is based on, what was it, Batman and Robin, or one of those. Just based on the looks, but that is something I think a bit different from Lego Star Wars is that the AI is not working as well as that game, but yeah, I need a strong character for that. So another thing is too is that I mentioned this. Batman and Robin are the only two characters or two hero characters you play in story mode. Everyone else is exclusively free play, and they also, like, when they say like I mean like they don't have the Justice League. They only have a few members of the Bat family, and then I think the rest are just like police officers and like Commissioner Gordon and all that. And then but it has a lot more like it has a lot more villain characters, and then like their henchmen and all that. Like one of the characters in this is like a wind-up penguin toy that's like used as a penguin villain or penguin minion. Good. Like I was mentioning about the Bat family earlier. I think they have Alfred, of course. They have Batgirl and Nightwing. And the thing about them is that Batgirl is able to use all the Batman suits, and Nightwing's able to use all the Robin suits. I think that makes sense. Just like in the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga, we're not gonna do like the Complete Brick Adventures or whatever it's called. Just going to focus on the story. We have a little drone here. A little RC car. And this thing how I got stuck. For some reason I thought I had to drive one of these under me for the story, but no, that's just extra stuff. And I sort of left Batman there. And I got to a point where the Clayface boss fight, I needed his explosive suit. But I couldn't go back because the doors were closed because of his boss fight. Yeah, the demolition suit. Oh, hit the wrong thing. Alright, I like him. There we go. Stop spawning behind me. I can't remember if you can play as what's his face? The detective that's like, he's not crooked, but he's like kind of just an asshole. Like Butch or whatever. Oh, and there was something else too. Instead of like I'm pretty sure in the Adam West show, Two-Face was like purple and orange, where in this one it's more of the Batman animated series, black and white suit. Also, because Clayface is right there. The animated series Clayface is not my favorite. I will have to say that my favorite Clayface, at least from the animated shows, was from the Batman. I just thought it was a much more intriguing story. Like it was the Clayface is Batman's or Bruce Wayne's best friend from when they were kids. And like the Joker had a much more actually had a role in it, creating the Clayface, and there was just like a lot of complex story plots they can tell with that. I just love that carnation of it. They ultimately was able to create a story where they brought the actor dude in to be the new Clayface, and they were able to cure Batman's friend. And so there was actually a cool story where it's just like one Clayface fighting another. And of course, Mr. Freeze's hideout is in an ice cream factory. A rundown at Rush Ice Cream Factory, it looks like. I think, I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain this Robin is canonically Tim Drake. I don't know if was that Jason Todd existed in this universe. He existed in a Lego Batman Ant-Man movie, but not, I don't think in this game. Not a particularly child-friendly story. At least there's a way to get these guys to stop spawning. Honestly, the reason I don't mind. It was gonna be a stupid joke anyway. But I think this is just like some extra thing. I'm gonna do that, Alfred. I'm just gonna get these guys to stop spawning real quick. Okay. I think it's the sequel to this game, Lego Batman 2, where the Lego games started doing voices for the characters instead of just like the silent like thing they used to do. I was gonna say it is this Robin's magnet suit, so like he'll be able to walk on magnetic surfaces and reach these things like those right there. Okay. Okay. Clearly just need to walk over. I think I know like I don't know if they do red bricks. I think the red bricks in this may just be like upgrades for Batman and Robin, like extended range batarangs, and to be able to lock on more uh, targets at a time, with them. I'll have to double check. Oh, they spawned. Okay. Oh, and now we're coming up to, I believe, the next Batman suit, the Glide suit. It's a suit system I honestly do kind of like, because they are, like in the comics, they are known for having different suits. I don't know if it's like for very specific purposes like this, but though I will say, I think they kind of missed the opportunity to make a small reference. Because there was I think it was in one of the new Scooby-Doo movies, where there was like a crossover between Batman, crossover between Batman and Scooby, and like a key plot is like the scientist dude created a flight suit, and the Joker and Penguin wanted to steal it, so and the whole flight suit was just inflated like a balloon, but it had like some sort of like small like thrusters on it to make it go in different directions. I feel like that would have been a cool. It wouldn't have fit the Bat aesthetic, but I feel like it would have been a very cool reference. If anything, what was it? I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that would have been a very cool reference to make in the game, and it also just I guess if they ever do make a Lego Batman 4, I honestly would kind of want them to put like an unlockable Scooby-Doo in there as like a bonus character, because they did split off. Okay, because I know in Star Wars: The Complete Saga, you could unlock Indiana Jones as like a bonus character. So, and that really works because they were owned by the same company, Indiana Jones, and Star Wars owned by Lucasfilm at the time. So honestly, it kind of makes sense that they would also, at least they would try. It's in the realm of possibility for them to do like Scooby-Doo as like a unlockable character for a Batman game, because they're both owned by I think Warner Brothers right now. All DC is owned by Warner Brothers, but so is that not only is it possible, it's extremely easy for them to be able to do that. I will say, when it comes to like hub areas, I don't like this game's Batcave, and I guess Arkham Asylum to an extent. I feel like it's just not as good as the other Lego Batman games. And like even the other games in general, I think it's far more restrictive and it's weird. Like weirdly laid out. One second. Okay, I just have to get Robin over here. I'm now tempted to play some of the Arkham games. Actually, comment down below who's your favorite Robin, or favorite favorite character who's been Robin. You know, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and Damian Wayne. Even and others. Like I'm pretty sure. What was it? There was Stephanie Brown. Was it for a very short time. And then there was a redheaded girl in The Dark Knight Returns. That was Robin. And I'm pretty sure, if we're counting down, we should at least count the Robin from the Batman Beyond comics. I think it was Terry's younger brother. I will say, I think out of all of the Batman anime shows, I think I think Batman Beyond. Just because it's like such a different take on Batman, but it's also one that kind of does work. And it's like that, like Bruce Wayne does have a role, the origin of it, but he's not. But it's like, I don't know. It just honestly, it just fits better. Like having Terry being the new Batman, as opposed to any of the Robins. Because I think like all the Robins just like have their own such like uniqueness to them. Like they can easily be their own characters or their own heroes. And Terry, well, like he is like very unique for like a Batman. Like his Batman is far more unique than Bruce Wayne's. Yeah, I think it still works. And without being this like he's very it's hard to explain. It's just, I feel like out of all the other characters that like have been Batman besides Bruce Wayne, it is probably just the best, like, of like alternate Batmans, or like, yeah. That honestly, and the Kirk Ransom Batman from Gods and Monsters, where it's like he's pretty much just a he's like where it's like it's basically just his own version, a different version of Man-Bat. Because like, let's be very honest, it's very much just like the story somewhat blends like it takes like a Man-Bat sort of origin, like a chemical experiment or whatever, but it makes it into where it's like he becomes Batman. So that, and it's like that's very good. Like that's why I always like. I would say I think I prefer, maybe a bit of a hot take, but I think I prefer a lot of the Elseworld stories as opposed to it's having like one version of the character being like so different because of like who's writing and being the artist for it. I don't know. It's just like because what was it? The Dune that came to Gotham. Gotham by Gaslight. Like a lot of those are just like, I love how. That is like one thing I really do like about comics is that, depending on how you do it, like, it's just like it can be so unique without necessarily changing the core like storyline or universe or whatever you call it. Like I would say, because like a lot of like the main like stories, like they've been going on for years and years, and they've had to retcon them, so be retcons like so many times, just to continue working, without people having to necessarily, or it's like the styles and all that changes with each new writer or artist, and then but with like DC with like the Elseworld storylines for different Earths, I think it works just better in general than just constantly rebooting the main continuity. Here, yeah, eat that. Okay. The only thing is like I think a lot of the Elseworld storylines, at least DC, they're just purposely made. Like I think the only ones I've ever seen are those that focus on like the big three: Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Well, was there? I'm trying to think. There may have been like one that's like never mind. I can't think of any other characters, but it's like those are honestly like the big threes, like that Elseworlds like really follow. I don't recall too many like Flash or Green Arrow Elseworlds. Even though Green Arrow, where it was in the Doom that came to Gotham story, and honestly it worked pretty well in that. I remember there was like one Elseworld that was like, what if Bruce Wayne was basically Victor Frankenstein, and the monster was like his father, Dr. Thomas Wayne. That one, definitely not as good as like the Doom game in Gotham or uh, uh, there was another one I was thinking of that was like really good. It was like the one that was, I think it was Gotham by Gaslight, where he's facing off against Jack the Ripper. But it was definitely like, I still say like the Elseworld storylines are just generally real good because you don't really have to take them into consideration with the overall character, and just like you can tell a story that like there's similarities and references to like main continuity, but it's like there's still its own sort of story that you don't need to know like all the character's history to do. Oh, but that's going to be it for this video. So I will see you in the next one, where we will continue to talk about uh, my opinions in comics, I guess. See you in the next one.